In 2025, promoting the left side. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are my best. I'm singing my nice little song. Hello, 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 hello. Bro's about to goon. Nope. Missed you this weekend. Yeah, sorry, I was I was busy. I was busy drinking loads of beers. Doesn't get much better than that. That guy was insane. Yeah, I mean, also just like there's a certain point at which you just have to say, like, yeah, that guy's crazy. I mean, like, just this report is just so detailed about, like, Israeli treatment of Palestinian prisoners, and he just goes, this is actually the leftists who do this, who do this, the leftists are doing this. I didn't see the Iranian Tony Soprano. I'm sure I would have liked it. I do like Iranian Tony Soprano. Someone sent me a message saying, are you single? Do you want to have tea? The answer is no and no. I ain't having tea with you. I have loads of beers with the guys. What are you saying, Chris? Not much, not much. Oh, shit, I was meant to sort my PC stuff today. I need to get my new PC. So I'm just checking some. There we go. That's done. Chris and fellow Kunzguzzlers. Indeed. Hello. Hold on, I just need to do something quick. I recorded a video today. It's going to be a long-ass fucking video, but yeah. I don't know if I should have some people on Da Live this weekend. Who's the lucky girl? You ever heard of Hamas? I'm setting up a goal. Chris, I go SOAS. Nice. Good for you. I've been there. Did you see the thing about British spy plane leaving its tracking on? It was circling Khan Yunis during attacks and feeding it... What? I didn't see that, no. I missed out on quite a lot of stuff this weekend, such as the paedophile civil war in the H3 community. Welcome, fellow guzzlers. Indeed. Sounds like how would they describe your day. Laughing my ass off. No Hamas tunnel here. Sorry, someone posted a video that's like, I don't know if it's old. Sort of like some Hamas operation against Israeli soldiers. Bro, there's been crazy shit going on whilst I was away. Friendly reminder to change from top chat to live chat. Indeed. Anyone coming over from the TikTok for the first time? If you ever go. I'm not often near SOAS. I'm sometimes at the marches, and if I'm there, you can come say hi. Ethan Klein, thank you, Destiny. You are my best friend. Indeed. What's the difference? Why are you saying your ears hurt? Oh, sorry. Hello. If you ever go. I'm not often near SOAS. I'm some... Many grifters are paedophiles because they are obviously immune against shame and ethics. Perhaps. What's the shit show? Oh, yeah, shit. I mean, I don't even really know what happened. I've just seen some of the stories from Ethan and some of the other people. But But yeah, it seems pretty fucking crazy. It's weird not being live in a few days. Also, I think I'm quite tired because obviously I was feeling quite flat on my TikTok live. Vaush gave his take. Vaush. Isn't he a fellow paedophile enjoyer or alleged paedophile enjoyer?
The Destiny drama is so bad. I know we don't care, but like, come on. Look, it's not that we don't care necessarily, because the tiny glimpses of it that I see on the TL are entertaining. Isn't even the right word. I don't know. They're provocative. It's more like, Jesus Christ, you know? There's rubbernecking a car crash, and then there's like the fucking cars exploding and there's shards getting everywhere. Like, Jesus, what a fucking mess. Streamer slop. I'm sure Hassan has been covering it in great detail. I've heard that Destiny is now an ardent defender of Palestinian rights, possibly even a member of Hamas, so good for him, I suppose.
I mean, it is kind of crazy how many of these streamers are just interested in youths. Like, for me, that's wild, to be honest. I really can't believe that, but it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Eric Adams thinks it was an embarrassment. The Destiny H3 drama? Yeah, I'm sure. Adams W? Adams W?
This is boring as fuck. This is a guy who's like interested in Lolly, and he's not even got anything interesting to say about a fellow paedophile. Who's surprised there? Who's surprised there? Right, maybe we should... I'm just kind of working out what I need to cover. Israel bombed Yemen, actually. I guess we could talk about that. Let's see if there's like a video covering that. Because I actually just didn't see much of that because I was away on Saturday. But it's just kind of a standard thing for Israel now. Someone asked me, like, why is it just okay to bomb Yemen? Like, why did that happen? And it's just like, it seems just bombing Yemen under international law is just like something that's allowed. I know it obviously isn't, and it's totally immoral, and those are real,
Israel's military.
Those are real people's lives, but like at the same time, just under international law, it seems you can just do whatever you want to do to fucking Yemen because, you know, it's a poor country.
Has carried out airstrikes on Yemen's capital. Fighter jets targeted fuel depots.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really see the appeal of watching Lolly. It's quite weird anyway. At the best of like the most charitable is like, why do you want to watch cartoons as a kid? It's weird.
And a power station in Sana'a. Israel also attacked the compound housing the presidential palace. Israel has repeatedly attacked what it claims are sites used by Houthi fighters. That is in response to Houthi attacks targeting Israel. Well, Hamda Salhout is in the Jordanian capital, Amman, reporting on this. And you're there, Hamda, because the Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting inside Israel. What are you learning about this attack and specifically what Israel is saying about it?
Well, the Israeli military has now confirmed that they did, in fact, carry out a series of airstrikes in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, dropping about 30 different munitions across this area where they say they targeted a compound in which the presidential palace was. They also targeted power stations. There were around a dozen planes from the Israeli Air Force used in this attack, along with refuelers, and the military says that it's in response to continued attacks that the Houthis have been carrying out against Israel.
Hamda, so far, and it's quite remarkable, Israel has failed to put an end to attacks from Houthis in Yemen, and they've been...
Congratulations to the Houthis for managing to continually attack Israel. What are you going to do, UK government? Haven't designated them a terror organisation. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I mean...
going on for a very long time. Can you give us some context around this?
Look, this is one of the most controversial things in Israel, that how the Houthis are still able to fire huge ballistic missiles into Israeli airspace. Once those alarms go off, you have millions of people who are running into shelters, you have airspace that closes, and then you have a lot of money that goes into the interceptors and the planes that are going into the sky to either shoot down the drone or the missile, whatever sort of protocol is in place. But the defense minister has been quite outspoken, saying that Israel will go at no length to destroy a Houthi infrastructure.
It is kind of amazing. Like the Houthis in Yemen have just shown the world what you're meant to do, which is stand up against Israeli genocide, whatever the consequences are. And I mean, the people of Yemen have paid heavy consequences. Israel has constantly been, attacking them.
Structure and to destroy any other capabilities they have. But look, it's not the first time Israel has conducted airstrikes in Yemen, but the Houthis are still able to conduct these attacks. And they say they're doing them in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza because of their suffering, and that the attacks are going to continue as long as Israel's war on Gaza continues as well.
Hamda Salhout reporting from Amman. Thank you very much, Hamda.
Let's see if there's just any more on this, like anyone reporting on it in a more detailed way, because I mean, it's a pretty significant story, but at the same time, Israel has just the scale of the blast that I've seen in some of the videos is insane. Let me just see if there's music on this. Are the Houthis on the offense a lot, or are they mostly on the defense? I mean, against Saudi Arabia, the Houthis were doing offensive operations. I think the Houthis did manage to enter Saudi Arabia. I seem to remember and recall that happening, but there's just, I'm now just looking, and it's just loads of fucking American think tanks that are like, the Saudis have been not doing enough against the Houthis, or people like, why are they not attacking them? But yeah, they killed people on the Saudi border. Like, the Houthis were doing that at that point, but yeah. This strike was in Sana'a, the capital. Like, what even causes that? Like, what kind of bomb even is that? It's huge. Or is it just because they hit a power plant? I'm no explosives expert, obviously. It is crazy that even after a US-led bombing campaign, even after the Saudi bombing campaign for years, that like, that they're still standing, that they're still able to do this. The Saudis can only defeat copies of Da Vinci paintings in the marketplace of ideas. Yeah, the Saudis did not manage to do that well. My favourite podcast, the Israel guys. Yemen attacks Israel with cluster bombs and Israel retaliates with fury. There's also, let's cover the big protests in Israel. There's apparently huge protests going on in Israel, but Linda Dayan says, maybe not a relative of Moshe Dayan, talks about how there are big protests going on inside Israel currently for the end of the war and the hostages. It's actually so crazy that, like, you still have... Like, the funny thing is that, like, all of the Israel marches in the UK, and this one's probably inflected with it too, but in the UK it's just so much more obvious. Like, in the UK, the only thing that Zionists march about is, like, let's kill all Palestinians. But, like, even here, at least, there might be some kind of veneer of, like, yeah, that's not what we want to do. Like, in fact, in the UK, it's not even end the war. It's literally just bring them home. Like, at least these people are willing to say, like, yeah, we're willing to do this, yeah. It does look like a pretty big protest, and I do understand, by the way, how many of them are actually pro-peace. Who fucking knows? It's almost unquantifiable how many of them are actually pro-peace. I mean, I saw something else today that was kind of fucking insane. It said like 73% of Israelis, yeah, here you go. So this is from an Israeli outlet, apparently. 76% of Jewish Israelis believes there are no innocent people in Gaza. To what extent do you agree with the claim that there are no innocents in Gaza? So that apparently makes up 76%. Okay. However, more than half the population of opposition voters disagree with the claim that there are no innocent people in Gaza. So opposition, only 52%. That is actually crazy that it's only 52% of the opposition the opposition people who say that they don't believe that there are innocents in Gaza. Like, I mean, it's not crazy if you know what Israel's like, but like at the same time, you know, it's like Jesus Christ, it just kind of shows you that there's not too much of there's not too many differences when it comes to the Israeli political spectrum. Almost a third of the general public believe that Israel is not trying or is trying to avoid killing innocent people in Gaza. Among opposition voters, this figure still crazy that even 42% of people allegedly believe that who vote for the opposition that Israel is not trying to target people. More than half of the public believe that as long as the IOF controls Gaza, it is not Israel's responsibility to provide humanitarian aid to residents. Sorry, my shorts are really uncomfortable. I've been sat down too long. I've been sat in front of a camera for fucking hours. Chris will haunt your dreams. Sorry, I'm just checking. Okay, you can't see anything. It did look like I was pulling off my trousers, but I wasn't. I definitely wasn't pulling off my trousers. I was just pulling them down. YouTube, please don't ban me. The opposition has more to do with liberal values versus conservative values more than peace. Like the stream or Chris will haunt your dreams. Indeed, that is the case. Or I don't know if you were trying to say OnlyFans Chris will haunt your dreams because you put of Chris. But yeah. I definitely will be haunting your dreams unless you like it. The opposition has more to do with liberal values versus conservative values more than peace. Yeah, I'd say that, and also a division over like what Israel should be. This is also, I've said this before, and other people say it. Israel has this problem of like, what the fuck is a Jewish state? Does that mean a Jewish state that's does that mean a state that's like based on Jewish religious values, or does that mean that like a state that is does that mean that it's a state that's like only for Jewish people? Like, what do you mean by a Jewish state? Like, what does it actually mean? But do not work with this. To haunt my dreams anytime he wants. So there's also been some crazy goings on with.
And I want to tell you something. Wait. We're going to have a different set of rules, right? Please be quiet for a moment. And I want to tell you something. The moment that this starts becoming chaotic, like animalistic, we're gone. So you want to know what's happening? Act civilized, act kind, act tolerant, because this is the problem with what's happening in the region.
Jesus fucking Christ! Wow, so that's Tom Barak, who's the Trump envoy to Lebanon, and he's talking to Lebanese journalists there. He's telling people to. I just want to see if this has better audio quality so we can hear it a bit better.
We're gonna ask Ambassador Barak to come up.
I might make a TikTok about this. This is one of the.
Hello. Okay, wait. We're going to have a different set of rules, right? Please be quiet for a moment. And I want to tell you something. The moment that this starts becoming chaotic, like animalistic, we're gone. So you want to know what's happening? Act civilized, act kind, act tolerant, because this is the problem with what's happening in the region. So I beg you, do you think this is fun for us? Do you think this is economically beneficial for Morgan and I to be here putting up with this insanity? In cadence, with your kindness, your interest, and your thoughtful questions, we'll give you responses. If that's not how you'd like to operate, we're gone. Okay? Is that acceptable?
I mean, just like, I guess like my recent video is like kind of about this. It's about like, why does the Middle East lack democracy? And I'm just talking about like how these Orientalist stereotypes prevail. These Orientalist stereotypes prevail. And just listen to this. This is a US government official saying that like, this is the problem with the Middle East. This is like your innate culture that's the problem. And it's because like, what do they even want to do? It's because they want to, Deputy Envoy Morgan Ortagus was in the Lebanese capital as part of a US effort to disarm Iran-backed Hezbollah. During the briefing, he scolded the journalists for calling out questions. He described a broader problem in the Middle East. Please be quiet for a moment, and I want to tell you something. The moment this starts becoming chaotic, like animalistic, we're gone. Act civilized, act kind, act tolerant, because this is the problem with what's happening in the region. Lebanon faces a delicate dilemma. It relies on crucial US support while accommodating Hezbollah, the most powerful armed military group in the country. I just want to see, because they were talking about creating an economic zone there, apparently, in southern Lebanon. It's the same kind of shit they're talking about in Gaza. None of this will work, by the way, because it's not going to address Lebanon's fucking problems. It'll just keep making, like, kicking the can down the road and being like, look at these groups of Lebanese people who are doing really, really well, and, like, look how amazing it is for them. But, like, yeah. Hold on, I just want to see if I can find this. I also just, like, these are the people who are telling you that they have a right to control over, like, Lebanon and all of these places. And yet they're calling them, like, animalistic and all of these things. Please pin Lamie's link. I haven't even seen... Oh, yeah, sure. I'll pin Lamie's link. There you go. Lebanon has a lot more to worry about, especially in terms of economy, than to make a Trump fantasy. Indeed, I tend to agree with you on that much. But pussies are strong. What did you say about pussy? The murderers can't stand fiery questions. What a bunch of pussies. I mean, indeed, yeah. I just want to see if I can find this bit about them making... The Americans from the presidential palace announced that there will be announced that there will be an economic zone in southern Lebanon and that they will invite Gulf countries to invest there. You know, because they own the planet and can decide whatever happens in other people's lands. This is only the case because the Lebanese government is far from even remotely understanding what sovereignty is. The hashtag is a translation of the slogan raised yesterday by Sheikh Naim Qassem during his speech, which he invited us all to use, including on social media. I mean, this is like a pro-Hezbollah account, but like all of this shit is just definitely playing into what like Hezbollah wants for the region. Like 100% is playing into what that he wants for the region. Calling people in Lebanon animalistic is fucking crazy work, but it doesn't fucking surprise me, you know. But it's also just like saying that that's the problem in the Middle East while standing there and having the audacity to say that as a fucking American government official. An American government official is crazy, you know. But
well, I'll let these two guys talk.
Oh, here you go. Here's Lindsey Graham talking about this.
About the economic, is to make sure that people have the capability to feed their family, and you know, secure the area that's in question. If you take a contested area and make,
I know it's quiet, guys. I know it's quiet. Please don't tell me.
It's stable. That's good for Lebanon. That's good for Israel. I think President Trump, through Tom and Morgan, have a plan to create stability along the border. I'll let them talk about that. But the one thing I forgot to mention is a defense agreement. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the biggest change in the history of Lebanon. And why am I talking about it? How many nations have a defense agreement with the United States? Very few. NATO, we have Article 5 commitment. But the number of nations that America is willing to go to war for is very few. Why do I mention Lebanon being in that group? You have one thing going for you that is very valuable to me: religious diversity. Christianity.
These people are crazy. Like, you're just talking about religious diversity as a reason for willing to go to war for you.
Is under siege in the Mideast. Christians are being slaughtered and run out of all over the region, except here. And so what I am going to tell my colleagues, and Gene has been great, why don't we invest in defending religious diversity in the Mideast? Why don't we have a relationship with Lebanon where we would actually defend what you're doing? I think it's in America's interest to defend religious diversity, whether you're Druze or Alawite or...
Isn't Druze an ethnicity? Like, I thought Druze was an ethnicity, to be honest. I didn't know that it was like an Arab esoteric religious group. Wow, I didn't even know that that was specifically exclusively what they were. Kind of surprising. I thought that they were actually like an ethnic group. Are they not? Oh, they are. Ethno-religious. Okay, right. Yeah.
or Christian or whatever.
Why do you do debates on TikTok? I guess because it's just a way to gain... Okay, so, like, first of all, people are interested in seeing that. But then again, like, my stream, even when I wasn't debating today, had 400-500 viewers, which is kind of fucking crazy, considering. But also, it's a way to attract viewers over to here, where I talk more about, like, serious stuff.
The idea that America may one day have a defense agreement with Lebanon changes Lebanon unlike any single thing I could think of. And why am I pushing this idea? Because I want to defend religious diversity. I want those who want to destroy religious diversity to understand your days.
Yeah, it's an ethno-religion. I assumed more it was an ethnicity, to be honest. I didn't realise that it was like an ethno-religion, to be honest. They're not like a topic that I've studied all that much when it comes to Palestine. Just not going to lie, it's just never been my major interest. They're not even like... I mean, I'm just looking at the proportion. There are only 119,000 people in Israel. They're not necessarily all that important to Israel. There's 624,000 in Syria, apparently, though. And a bigger proportion in Lebanon.
Are numbered.
Thank you so much. The next question, please.
But yeah, I mean... Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it's a derivative of Islam. Right.
Failure and chronic kidney disease.
I wanted to watch this quickly as well, because someone told me about it and I've not seen it.
And he's getting sicker. Next domino to fall will be if his kidneys actually fail and require hemodialysis. There are 4 main options for placement for a
Trump is dying. Trump is dying.
Dialysis port. If a port is ever placed in one of his arms, he will not be able to play golf because he'll have to wear short sleeve shirts and you will be able to see the fistula. Now, he could...
I mean, like, all of you are kind of bringing it up. It's completely true. It's completely true. Like, Israel maligns and treats Christians poorly. It abuses, Palestinian Muslims. It is preventing religious diversity and all of these things. It is bombing Christians in Lebanon. It is wiping away historic Palestinian religious culture. But, like, when it comes to, like, what they're doing, these people don't give a fuck. It's just a pretext. They claim to be interested in democracy and all of this shit. They're not at all.
He could stop playing golf because he's just too sick to do so and doesn't have the energy to do it anymore. By the way, I don't think we've ever seen footage of Donald Trump walking or riding on the cart for 18 holes. I know he shows up on the first tee and, hits a few shots or whatever. I'm still...
I also, by the way, I don't believe this. This is propaganda when they say, like, Trump plays golf all the time. Trump is playing goddamn golf. No, he's fucking not. He's dying.
Skeptical that he even plays 18 holes at all right now. If his kidneys completely fail, he's going to need dialysis. And it is possible to live and have a mostly functional life with congestive heart failure that's managed and end-stage renal disease that requires hemodialysis 3 times a week. But he's not going to have the same schedule or energy that he had before. I've seen people ask if he would actually receive a transplant if one of his major organs does fail. That would be way more likely for someone much younger. But like many of you, I've seen House of Cards. There's got to be a Doug Stamper somewhere.
I mean, this guy kind of looks like Kevin Spacey, so I'm not surprised he's seen House of Cards.
In the Trump White House that can get Trump at the top of the transplant list. Also, a side note for this entire situation, the people who are in elected office are entirely too old on average. There is absolutely no reason we should be...
This is true. Ken Klippenstein always talks about this. The people in America are like 1 million fucking years old.
Watching an 80-year-old man decay on national television every day and also completely watch his mind slip as he answers questions that aren't asked and pretends that he could play professional soccer. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's 100% right. But people aren't going to believe Trump's dying until he dies. But, like, if you're wondering what this is about, it's because of this. Like, look at his hand. There's something wrong with him. He's dying. He's dying. Meanwhile, the US says because drugs. Latin America because drugs. What do you mean in the case of, in the context of what? Trump doing drugs, or... I just want to see, because there are some heinous photos of it. So the people keep saying, they keep bringing up this photo of the glorious Queen before she died. Queen Lizzie. Biden was a shit show. Yeah, I mean, Biden was 100% a shit show. They were all a fucking shit show. They're all rotting live on fucking television. They're all gonna fucking die at some point in the near future. And Trump can't run away. He can't hide from it forever. But, like, people are just gonna believe it because, you know... It's just sort of the way it is. Like, people are just going to be like, Trump's actually fine. He's all of this. He's all of that. But, do they have another election? No, I don't think they will. Biden hasn't died. Biden just has cancer. I don't think he's dead. But, I mean, I don't fucking know. Biden may not be dead, but he's, like, pretty fucking old anyway. So I don't think he'll, I don't think he'll die, like, right now. But I don't think he'll survive, forever, you know. Rip Lizzie, yeah. I mean, people are just living for a fucking long-ass time, but, like, it remains to be seen how long Trump's got. I don't think it'll be that long. But, like, I don't think it's great, like, who's going to take over, really. Who's going to take over? I'm trying to see. You know what? I'm going to set a high goal, and if you hit it, I'll do extra screen. I've set up a goal. Don't feel obliged to do it, because I'll probably do a stream anyway, but at least just I set up a goal for the sake of it. Bye-bye, Donnie. No, it'll be a tragedy if Donald Trump dies. No. Who'd fucking want that? We'd be without the greatest president ever. There is actually a clip of, who even is this? I don't even fucking know.
Photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking. And the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen. This is a well-known and benign side effect of aspirin therapy. And the president remains in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis here. So the president wanted me to share that note with all of you.
Bro's been shaking too many hands. It's gonna happen. The collapse of the burger right. Yeah, I mean, who even is this? Caroline Leavitt? Is that her name? Caroline, leave it. Caroline, leave it. Only because I was obliged. Well, you know, you're pushing me closer to having to do more work this week. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But I don't know if I do that, I just won't be streaming enough on TikTok. Soft hands, brother. Stalin is not dead, everyone. Yeah, Stalin isn't dead. He's alive, and he's the president of America. Apparently he's hired someone new to do his hand. He looks like my elderly grandmother before she passed away many, many years ago. He actually just does kind of look a bit like her, so... I don't know, but... Jesus, yeah, there's another... You're telling me that's from handshaking? Yeah, bro, I reckon he's cooked. I reckon he's cooked. I don't think there's much chance that he's gonna survive this. I think the bro is totally fucking cooked. I think that's the hard truth of it. I think that Trump is gonna die. Well, it's not a fucking hard truth. I don't really care at all. He can die. Like, I'm never gonna shed tears over Trump's death. Trump is someone who's brought misery to the world. But at the same time, I won't be like, God, they're so much better than any other American president. Now they're citing Mitch McConnell as well. Oh. Is Mitch McConnell even dead? He is dead, isn't he? No, is he dead? No, he's not dead. Jesus Christ. I'm always surprised to find out Mitch McConnell's alive. I thought he had died. Psh, Jesus. It could be from all the adrenochrome, but we'll have to check it. We'll have to check in on this one. It's not going to change much, though. No, that's the whole point. That's why I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my god, Trump's going to die, everything's going to be fine. What's what? So we return to, like a Biden-style... thank you. Thank you, Sarah. And indeed, like the stream, guys. But yeah, we return to like a Biden-style presidency, and they just tell us it's fine now. This is kind of the shit, you know? This is kind of the shit. Oh, there's also some slop, which I've been feeling very fucking strongly about recently, that I kind of want to talk about. Hold on.
This is where
Which, it's the emergence of these accounts. This might be a bit too UK coded for the most of you, but these accounts are so fucking weird.
Back to school meant fresh kickers, mate. First week, everyone's buzzing. Then by Friday, they're already battered. Waiting for the bus in the rain. Joking with your mates before school. No phone.
Oh shit! It's got music on. Oh, this music's probably copyrighted. Fuck. Oh no. Is this music copyrighted? Fuck. There are all these like AI slop about how like back in the how back in the 2000s everything was like awesome. Check out the pinned link, everyone. Indeed, check out the pinned link to support if you can. People like Trump never die. Kissinger nearly hit triple digits. I mean, yeah, that's actually fucking true. Yeah, I love my fresh kickers. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should go over to Twitch for that exact reason, so I could just watch these AI fucking sloppers on there. But, like, at the same time, you know, I like streaming on here, and whilst this is certainly awesome, you know, I don't know. Is it really worth going over to Twitch so I can watch these AI slop? Because it's just something like, in the 2000s, it meant going for a chippy tea. And it's just like, you can still do all of these fucking things. You can still do all of these things. But of course, in Britain, we're just all like, oh, everything was so much better when I was a kid. And it's just like, was it? Or was it just that you were a kid and you didn't have to deal with most of the vast majority of problems that you face and you were just totally uncognizant? Because, like, if you want to see an example of how, like, you can be happy with, like, a sort of, I don't know, childish, like, mindset, then, or, like, someone who just clearly is unfazed by the vast majority of things going on in the world, then this woman is a perfect example of it. Chloe Williams, who just, like, does this. Ah, fuck, where is it?
Hey, Ron, I'm going to sing a big baby club to my nan. I know you wanted me to stay. I can't ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. And I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee.
Like, this person, Chloe Williams, just doesn't seem to care about anything else going on in the world, but she seems very happy, so good for her, you know, and I think that this is just the thing. If you just have, like, a mindset of just not caring about anything and just probably trying to be happy, you are probably going to be, probably just going to be quite a happy person. I feel like she's a really good example of this. Right, so let's just have a look at, Israel's, the hospital strike yesterday. Oh, fuck. Here we go. It's like a known person, or are you blowing up her spot? No, she's a known person. She's just someone who sings Pink Pony Club to, like, her cat. I'll see if I can find it. She's a very strange character. Hold on.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to sing a song to my cat, Sapphire. Hey, Sapphire, I'm going to sing you a new hero. Hey, Ron, I'm going to sing a song to my cat, Sapphire. Hey, Sapphire, I'm going to sing you Do I Burst No Man. Hey, Ron, I'm going to sing a song to my cat, Sapphire. Hey, Sapphire, I'm going to sing you Let It Go. So have a look.
She just sings, like, Pink Pony Club to the cat. It's sort of like all she does. And she had, like, a boyfriend once upon a time. And it's sort of a very interesting character. Becoming aware, learning literally ruined my life. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, if you just go around unaware and you don't care about much beyond, like, being happy and making videos like that, like, who fucking cares? Like, there are many people who are happier from that. But, yeah. What language is she speaking? I don't know. She's speaking English. Was that even English? Yeah, it's just English spoken incredibly quickly and with a slight accent, and also a bit not the best spoken English. But I'm not going to hate on her. You know, she's someone who's happy. I mean, people who make AI slop should be arrested. Right, let's have a look at this targeting of journalists.
In Gaza time, this is the Reuters news agency live shot, filmed from high up on Khan Yunis's Nasser hospital. Suddenly the image freezes, the sound drops. And this is why an Israeli strike on the building, witnesses say by a suicide drone, has killed the Reuters cameraman Hussam al-Masri.
Oh, I should probably not show that.
As to the sites, an emergency targeted. Outside, more journalists and emergency workers are scrambling up the stairs to the site of the blast, just below the roof.
She does very clearly have a lisp, I guess is the way to describe it. Yes, that's probably the most apt description.
One man lifts up the equipment al-Masri was using. Journalist, he shouts. These images shot by another Reuters cameraman, injured when the second strike comes in. This time, a tank shell. The same moment at the hospital's main entrance. This man, injured in the leg, scrambling to safety. And again from outside via the live broadcast of Al Ghad television. Emergency crews clearly visible, then obscured by smoke and debris in the aftermath. 4 journalists and at least 1 emergency worker were killed in this second strike. Both targeted a part of the building often used by media, who frequently base themselves at Gaza's hospitals for the stories and for the relative, if at these moments, spurious sense of safety they can offer.
All of the journalists who report from that corner of the hospital work for international media outlets, which means the Israeli army has complete knowledge of who is there and when, yet they still decided to strike.
Among the journalists killed were the Reuters cameraman Hussam al-Masri, Mohammed Salama, who worked for Al Jazeera and Middle East Eye, Ahmed Abu Aziz, who also worked for Middle East Eye, and Mariam Daka, a freelancer who worked mainly for the Associated Press. 33-year-old Daka was a single mother of a young boy who'd been working recently on child malnutrition and had provided images for this program. Her cousin says she told Mariam not to climb the stairs.
She had a son, Gaith. He's in the UAE with his family. She sent him as soon as the war started. She was waiting for it to end so she could see him again.
Moaz Abu Taha, the 5th journalist killed, remembered today by the hospital's head of pediatrics.
When I heard about Mu'adh, I cried like a child about him. You know, Mu'adh is a friend. He's innocent. He never talk about politics. He never talk about something. He's just document the starvation and malnutrition.
The Israeli military said it would investigate the circumstances, but blamed Hamas for hiding among civilians.
As always, we will present our findings as transparently as possible.
This is kind of the amazing thing about Israel, that like sometimes their propaganda is so shit that even when like their propagandists are outlying, like Netanyahu just completely undermined all of this. Israel deeply regrets the tragic mishap that occurred today at the Nasser hospital. Israel values the work of journalists, medical staff and civilians. The military authorities are conducting a thorough investigation. Our war is with Hamas terrorists. It's just like, oh, shut up.
We regret any harm to uninvolved individuals and are committed to continue fighting Hamas while taking all the necessary precautions.
Earlier this month in Gaza City, Israel deliberately killed Al Jazeera correspondent Anas al-Sharif in the grounds of Al-Shifa Hospital, along with 4 of his colleagues, calling Sharif a Hamas terrorist, an accusation denied by the network. The Committee to Protect Journalists says nearly 200 have now been killed since the start of the war.
1 journalist on the first strike, and then 8 minutes later, when more colleagues, more aid workers are coming to rescue and to help, and then you target the second time, then I think it's also, again, as I was saying, raised the question and lift the doubt about targeting specifically journalists.
This morning's strike has prompted further international condemnation, even as Israel continues to build up forces for its planned push into Gaza City, home to around 1 million Palestinians. In Khan Yunis this afternoon, the focus on the horrors just happened, not those still to come, on grieving for the latest victims of this war, among them those risking their lives to report on it.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy because, like, I to be honest, I'm pretty confident. Well, no, I'm not pretty confident. Israel just killed people because it can. Israel bombed journalists because it can. It bombed them because it gets away with them, and they knew the most that it would get is a little bit of like, oh, don't do that again. Oh, Israel, you should investigate that. It's like at a certain point, you know, like, bro, you are just mass killing people. Let me see if I can... oh, God, how have I forgotten his name? Mohammed El-Kurd. Israel's cooked up its justification being, it's saying that what it says it targeted was a Hamas camera. Now, I saw this claim being sort of manufactured in real time. Oh my God, my PC. Oh, Jesus Christ, I need to get that new one soon. My PC is close to giving in, I think. Bro, I'm sorry, I can't even click on anything right now. Hamad. People have been talking about this Hamas camera. Is that the explanation that the IOF gave on YouTube? Yeah, they said Hamas was using a camera to monitor Israel. I can't actually find the one I'm looking for.
Here today.
Here's Israel's explanation. I'd rather not watch it on their own fucking YouTube channel. Hold on.
IDF troops carried out a strike in the area of Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. We are aware of reports that harm was caused to civilians, including journalists. I would like to be clear from the start. The IDF does not intentionally target civilians. The IDF makes every effort to mitigate harm to civilians while ensuring the safety of our troops. Any incident that raises concern in this regard is addressed by the relevant mechanisms in the IDF. We are operating in an extremely complex reality. Hamas terrorists deliberately use civilian infrastructure, including hospitals, as shields. They have even...
At this point, like, how does this argument even stand up when Israel's just wanting to bomb every hospital as much as it can and clearly does it without regard? Like, what are you even fucking talking about at this point? And again, why would you ever use a hospital as a military base? Like, why does that make sense when, like, all of these hospitals are overrun with hundreds of people who need aid?
Operated from the Nasser hospital itself. Hamas began this war, created impossible fighting conditions, and is preventing its...
Impossible fighting conditions, aka you guys are terrible at achieving your goals beyond doing genocide.
By still holding 50 of our hostages. Having said that, as a professional military committed to international law, we are obligated to investigate our operations thoroughly and professionally. The Chief of the General Staff has instructed that an inquiry...
Has Qatar said anything about Al Jazeera casualties? I don't know.
Inquiry be conducted.
Qatar probably released a statement condemning it. Qatar will have released a statement condemning it. I would pretty much
immediately to understand the circumstances of what happened and
Qatar will have yeah. Oh God, I don't want to click on anything at this point, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will have to.
How it happened. Reporting from an active war zone carries immense risk, especially in a war with a terrorist organization such as Hamas, who cynically hides behind the civilian population. As always, we will present our findings as transparently as possible.
But, like, what is even the point of bothering to listen to their findings? This is just, the people who... This is just all they do.
We regret any harm to uninvolved individuals and are committed to continue fighting Hamas while taking all the necessary precautions.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous, isn't it, ultimately? Like, these people are killing Palestinians because they can. They have no regard for Palestinian civilian life. They frankly do not care, and they will continue doing it until they are actually held to account, which unfortunately the Western governments refuse to enable. Like, it just doesn't seem to be something that they actually want to happen. Fucking this bullshit. Something I wanted to watch. Right, let's have, Sky News had a report, which I think they changed the name of, because when I read this morning, maybe I was tired, but Israel may say it is not targeting journalists, but it is certainly killing a lot of them.
Let's bring in our Middle East correspondent, Adam Parsons. Adam, tragically, the number of people killed has risen in the last hour to 20, and also we've had that statement from the IDF.
Yeah, an absolutely grim scene, to be blunt, at this hospital. The number of dead is up to 20. We understand that the number of journalists killed has now gone from 4 to 5, and there may be more people, because there are reports that we're getting of more casualties that have not, and people who have not yet been accounted for. So this is a horrific scene at a hospital which appears to have been the victim of a double attack. In other words, one, and it's not clear whether it was an artillery shell or an airstrike from a missile, hit the hospital, causing damage, and then people rushed to the scene of that, and then a second shell or missile hit as well, killing more people. Now, the fact that 5 journalists have been killed in this is, of course, another 5.
Yeah, who can't wait to find out what they tell us in this investigation? I genuinely feel like I'm losing my marbles sometimes. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just difficult. It's difficult in the sense of, like, these people will just continue to lie over and over again.
Victims, adding to a hugely grim tally. North of 200 journalists have been killed in this war. Israel is there in that statement saying they does not target journalists as such. I think suggesting that effectively journalists can be collateral damage, but I think it is worth saying that at this hospital, journalists gather there regularly and not covertly in order to use the Wi-Fi and to use electricity and to report on what is happening there. Their presence is not a secret. It is well known to the Israeli authorities. So the simple truth is that in order to attack this hospital, the Israel Defense Forces would have known that there was a very good chance that journalists would be there. I think it's also worth saying that Israel has banned any foreign journalists from going into Gaza from the moment this war has started. So organisations like Sky News.
Israel may have been doing things like this for decades, but the Gaza genocide is certainly an acceleration of like just unrestrained barbarism. Like that's just all it amounts to. Like the fact of like Israel just not stopping at all, like just constantly doing this, like doing everything, and it's an acceleration. But that's all it is. You're right. Israel has always done this. But perhaps like the most perverse thing about this is that like once upon a time, Meir Kahane, who most Israelis are like, I hate Meir Kahane. He's awful. He's awful. But yeah, but what was I going to say? Sorry, I'm just now looking at a fucking video of Destiny saying shit. Shit, sorry. Oh, but this, like, Kahane literally wanted people to go into Gaza and turn off the lights and just turn off the cameras and let them do whatever, and now Israel's actually doing that. Dear Israel, I have information about a Hamas journalist named Barry Weiss. Her Hamas cell HQ is in Austin, Texas. I know... I'm hearing this for the first time. Wow.
Are dependent on these people to provide images, to provide reports, information. Right now, for
But a certain point, it's like, what are you even fucking dependent on them for? You're not willing to directly condemn Israel for all of these horrible, heinous things that it does, but yeah.
Instance, to confirm the number of casualties in this attack, and that they have worked throughout this war, and they've worked in horrifically trying circumstances of hunger and of finding themselves regularly under attack. So the deaths of these journalists will reverberate around the world. The United Nations has accused Israel of targeting journalists.
So Israel is now using the explanation of a Hamas camera. That is actually what Israel is saying. Like, Israel is now claiming that there is a Hamas camera on the roof. And now, like, all of these people are uncritically reporting. Initial inquiry says that Hamas camera was target of Israeli strike. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just like, this is just fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Why would you fire at the rescue group if you thought that there was only a Hamas camera? I'm sorry, like, no. It's just utterly ridiculous.
During the Gaza war, something that, as you've heard, Israel is now denying. And I think it's also worth saying these aren't the only people who have been killed in Gaza today. 3 people, including a child, have been killed near Gaza City. 6 dying while seeking aid, trying to get to an aid distribution point. Al-Al Hospital reporting that. So it is another grim day.
Jesus Christ. Right, we'll actually look more into this because this story's actually developed quite a lot in the last few hours.
Many deaths in Gaza, and this coming at a time when...
But why the hell does the West eat it up? Because we've cultivated an environment where Palestinians are untrustworthy, barbarous savages who use civilians as human shields, whilst Israel is a democracy that tells the truth, just in order to continually fucking justifying this. And it's just barbaric bullshit.
The Israeli government is, on the one hand, still a week on considering a ceasefire proposal that's been endorsed by Hamas, which is very similar to one that Israel said it was prepared to sign up to earlier this summer. But it's understood that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, is now drawing a red line and saying he'll only come up with a deal that means all the hostages being returned at once, as well as Israel getting military control of the entire Gaza Strip. So he is pursuing a second plan, and that is preparations for an enormous military operation to encircle and take over Gaza City, which has involved calling up 60,000.
Let's have a look at now what they're saying about this fucking Hamas camera, because I've just seen people talk about it. By the way, this was also just admitted in an Israeli newspaper. There are so many people who fucking still justify, like, yeah, Israel's actually clearing out, like, Hamas military booby traps and bullshit like that. But, to ensure its destruction, officers who participated in Gideon's chariots admitted that many of their missions were contractor-like. The systematic ground-to-ground destruction of entire streets and neighborhoods in the Gaza Strip in a minimal amount of time, similar to the obliteration of most of Rafah since it was captured about a year and 4 months ago. I'm just looking at this Hamas camera. So by the way, Sayeret Golani are the same people who did this. So these are the people who killed my God, you've literally got a fucking soy-facing guy from Channel 12, like, soy-facing in front of this fucking image of Palestinians being fucking exterminated. But, his name's Raphael Hayun. He's an OSINT enthusiast. This is the second OSINT person that has got people murdered. OSINT is an evil institution. Open source intelligence. Open source intelligence. I'm going to identify all of them on the map. That's all I'm saying. A Hamas camera is a camera that photoshops you into tunnels automatically, for those wondering. Yeah, and I mean, like, but what I'm saying is that, like, okay, it's a Hamas camera, that's your justification. How does that even make sense? How does that even make sense, like, as an argument? Like, you didn't need to bomb it twice. What, was the camera still there? Why couldn't you just go in and seize it, or say, disable that camera? The Israeli military is operating in the area. But no, they didn't, because it's a lie. Relying on this info, soldiers led by instructed a tank to bomb the hospital twice, killing more than 20, including 4 journalists. That Hamas have been operating a camera there to monitor IOF troops. In reality, the camera photo was also used by Reuters and other media teams to broadcast live from Khan Yunis. So can we see this? Is this being geolocated? Here is Mariam along with other journalist Mohammed Al-Hussein, both of whom reporting from the same location. This footage is from June. Hayun claims to Almog Boka that the white sheet is used to camouflage the camera. In reality, it was simply there to block the heat. After all, you wouldn't try to hide a camera in a hospital roof with a white sheet. That only makes you more visible. 4 out of 20. Jesus Christ, Toad Burger. Oh, my God, you've donated to make the lol number. Only found out after, so they had to use the tank shell. Oh shit. Yeah. I forgot it's bomb proof. Well, tanks have like very complex guns on them, don't they? In my understanding, like, I don't know shit about military equipment. I'll take the Helen Lackner way of talking about it, which is literally saying I know the difference between an AK and an RPG, and that's about it. It's not my area of expertise, weaponry. So they're upset now. Sirek Golani, who ordered the mass slaughter of civilians and journalists yesterday, are angry at Netanyahu's characterization of the attack as a mishap and are demanding an apology for him. Jesus fucking Christ. So what, Netanyahu says that did it. F that, 5 out of 20. Thank you, Coffee Lover. You've breached that. You've breached the lol number. I should have set up 69 out of 420, so it would have forced you all to donate to that point. THC, the History Channel. Epic trolling. But yeah, like, just Hamas cameras. Like, what is this world in which we live?
In a meeting.
Let's have a watch what Sky's saying. Also, by the way, look at these fucking... just this guy, Ben. Zionist in the Middle East, middle of the East. What? Buy me a coffee, Journo Ben. Gaza Help Ministry is Hamas. Feminist dog lover. Beach is my life. Diplomacy. Geopolitics. Anti-terrorist. CV Passem. Parabellum. Like England, UK. Bro, what is this list of flags? England. Is that Australia or New Zealand? Don't care. Don't know. Iraq. Fucking India. Hungary. Israel. Blue Heart. Wait, I can actually look. Australia, yeah, it is Australia. I got it right.
Of the Israeli Security Cabinet. This statement has been released by the Israeli military. It's its preliminary findings about what happened yesterday.
Bro, don't even say that that's a white woman. This is not a person. This is not a real person. Like, I mean, let's just look at this account. Hold on, I'll do it on my other thing in case there's anything dodgy. But, like, I bet they have never posted a photo of themselves. In fact, all of their shit is just, like, it's literally just GIFs and stuff. This is not a real human being. Like, look at that profile picture. These are not real humans. These are, like, reply bot accounts. They're all over the place. The most famous one is one called Cheryl Wrote It. That's just, like, it's not a real... It's not a real person. And they once said that they were a ballistic weapons expert. It's not even AI now. It's a drawn picture. Isn't that like Jennifer Aniston or something? These are not real people. These are not like real people. This is just an account set up solely. Miriam, that's AI too, isn't it? Inside Israel, Intel, XIOF, OSINT, and Security Analysis, Israel and the US. Oh, shut up. The forgotten Arab colonization of Judea and Samaria. Bro, this is not real. This is not real. This is... Cheryl wrote it. Even this is shitly made AI. These are not real people. This is categorically not a real person. This is what, like, Israelis and Zionists consume. It is just slop.
Until the age of 28, I was a hardcore anti-Semite.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then just this, like, terrorists, even the Israeli military doesn't claim this, but, you know, this person does. Why can't I see the goal? Oh, thank you so much. Hamas camera made by the Hamas-run Ministry of Electronics. If only the H3 civil war was real with peace and love. Girly pop war crime apologist versus liberalism with 4chan characteristics. Also, fuck OSN. Fuck OSN. You know, 100%. Hardcore D's nuts. Do you love Israel? Yeah, indeed. Juma Khaled Juma al-Najjar. Yeah. So everyone infiltrated Israel on October the 7th. They were all killed by Israel strike. This isn't even something that the Israeli government says, but Cheryl wrote it, told us.
What?
And then she posted epic video of... I'm not even watching this. It's Douglas Murray. Douglas Murray's such a horrible looking guy. Like, how do you look so horrible, bro? What are you cooking on?
Fighters.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. These people are insane. Sorry, we'll get back to this.
And just to go through it, it says that the Golani Brigade troops who were operating in Khan Yunis identified a camera positioned by Hamas in the Nasser hospital, they said, being used to observe the activity of troops and, so they say, direct terror activities against them. And then they said the troops operated to, quote, remove the threat by striking and dismantling the camera. And the inquiry showed the troops operated to remove that threat. So
it just doesn't explain anything. By the way, also the fact that Israel is given any credence when, like, the stuff that they when they did that, this same unit said, actually, we didn't kill those paramedics. Like, there's no truth to this. There's no truth to this. It's bullshit.
That.
Hold on. I also want to show you something quickly. Sorry, this is off topic, but I made a TikTok about this. I also nearly have 410,000 followers. Israel posted one of the weirdest TikToks I've ever seen. He's saying that he can't wait to join the Israeli military. It's a fucking AI video of a baby! What is this? Whilst they're bombing hospitals, at least they've got AI baby videos. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. This world is very dystopian. Like, just insane.
Finding will not placate the people who saw what happened yesterday. It will raise a vast number of new questions, particularly if you are trying to remove the threat of a camera. Why did you launch 2 huge attacks at a hospital? The second one coming a reasonable period after the first, by which time rescue workers were on the scene. That is a double tap attack. In other words, you attack one.
Soon Hamas will control the anime industry. Yes. And they're going to ban Nux Taku.
You pause and you attack the same place again. I think there will be many who think it is simply wildly disproportionate to use 2 shell attacks to remove a camera. I think that is point 1. Point 2 is that this is an area where journalists gather.
Do any of you have the capability to... Actually, I'll talk about it in a second.
And anecdotally, we have been told that cameras have been positioned often in Nasser hospital by media organisations in order to survey what is going on in the area. But not only that, it is very well known that journalists gather in the area outside Nasser hospital in order to use the internet connection there and to monitor what is going on. And thirdly, I think the simple question, this is not covered by that, is that these were shell attacks on a hospital that at that time was full, had about 1,000 people inside it.
At least he's asking questions. Like, the BBC and, like, other places will just read this out and be like, Israel said this. And it's just like, bro, why do I need to fucking hear this? Like, this is insane. Like, I mean, and sorry, just to compare this to, like, how certain Israelis are of their impunity. They literally loot millions. So, look, what the fuck? Hila Klein mention? An Israeli soldier while raiding Ramallah? Hila Klein popularized that. That's my girl, Hila. She did that shit. She been on that. She back on her bullshit. She been doing that for years. But it's just like you can't. Obviously, none of us speak Hebrew, or like I'm sure that maybe some of you people do. They talk about things like doing it here. But yeah, like, just, like, these people are just like Israeli journalists, just like, hey, I'm with an Israeli soldier, let me film them. And you're just meant to, just love them and accept them. And, like, that we should just think that Israel is not moral and normal and the things that they are saying is cool. Israel literally will say that you are a member of Hamas and kill your whole family. Those people who support them believe that Israel has a right to kill every member of someone's family if they are a journalist and has a fucking relationship with like Hamas, even if it's tangential or anything, even if they're not an active militant. And these same people are like, you must condemn October 7th and everything that happens on October 7th. And it's just like, oh, fuck off, honestly. And I'm sorry that some people be like, how can you say that about October the 7th? How can you say fuck off about it? But it's like, Jesus Christ, like, these people are massacring everyone and justifying it. Why should I listen to these people? Like, why should I listen to these people saying this kind of stuff?
The only functioning hospital in Gaza. Even if the Israeli military had belief that there was a camera that was being used by Hamas, I go back to that. They will have a lot of work to do to prove to the watching world that this was not a colossally disproportionate decision, and they will have to do a lot of convincing.
It's because there's no way to convince it. Nowhere else in the world would you ever say that that is like a normal thing.
That they have,
like, literally nowhere.
Not once again, either targeted journalists or at least been extremely reckless in the way they have attacked sites where they knew journalists to be.
Maybe Healer's desk job was just like making up excuses for Israel just attacking Palestinians. Maybe it could well have been. We don't know. But Ethan Klein was certainly proud of it. Remember those words. Ethan Klein was proud. And people who do not serve in the Israeli military are a shame on their country, according to those two, because everyone does it. So sorry, here's Israeli news. And like, by the way, just debating someone, never ever forget that all of these people who say Palestinians are equal in Israeli society, it is complete and utter bullshit. Most notably, because Palestinians get arrested for like showing solidarity with, you know, other Palestinians dying in Gaza, being genocided. Whereas this guy goes on the news, who is the chief commentator of Israel's I-24 channel, which, let's see what he's got to say. If Israel has decided to eliminate the journalists, then better late than never.
ורק כדי להבין, אלו עיתונאים שמסתתרים בבתי חולים, שפותחים שם חמ"לים, שמשדרים לעולם תמונה הפוכה לגמרי, משרתים עדיין את האינטרס של חמאס. אפשר לומר שהשפיץ של הזרוע הצבאית של החמאס, אלו אותם...
But like, also, by the way, this is not some random guy. This is like a thought leader in Israel. Someone who's like fucking... I mean, I know it might sound shocking to say, but like, this is really the best Israel has. Just a guy like fucking this who's like that like, oh, this is a normal thing to be saying, but like
עיתונאי נוח'בות, ולכן טוב עשתה ישראל שהיא חיסלה אותם, לטעמי מאוחר מדי, ויש עוד הרבה כאלה.
This is someone who's just like influencing Israeli thought. We've investigated ourselves and have found no evidence of war crimes. There's a reason journalists cameras are seen as a major threat. Oh, 100%. Israel's terrified of journalists because they actually show it. Like, listen to this guy saying they present us a distorted picture.
שעדיין עושים נזק תדמיתי ותודעתי בקרב שאנחנו לצערי...
But these people will learn their lesson. No one will ever have any interest in your genocidal settler colony ever again. No one will want relationships with Israelis as friends. People will ask them, did you serve in the IOF? What do you think of that? And they will know forever what Israel was and is and will remain for as long as it exists as a genocidal Zionist settler colony.
לא ממש מצטיינים בו.
But yeah... Like, it's just crazy. One could say they are the spearhead of, Jesus Christ, these words are just barbaric. Thanks for the donation. Israel is evil personified. I mean, nationified, because it's a whole. It's the nation of Israel that does this kind of shit. But yeah, I mean, insane. But it's like Anas al-Sharif. It's all bullshit. Anas al-Sharif's weapon, his resistance, the reason he is an issue, is because he is someone who showed you what happened in Gaza, and for the Zionist project, no, that can't stand. Oh, sorry, I keep trying to put this in, but...
Our Destiny update video.
Right, let's see Ethan Klein. Let's move on to some slopaganda now.
Our Destiny update video. Which, does anyone care? Like, bro, you're...
This is the guy who posts 40 stories a day about Hassan. Does anyone care? Like, does anyone care? Like, Destiny might be a sex offender. I may have increasingly it got closer and closer to him, but does, like, anyone care? Does, like, anyone care about this? Does anyone care? Yeah, bro, people care. Destiny's a fucking fiddler of the youth. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He's an alleged fiddler of the youth.
You did that shit. Like, arguing the semantics of, like... Actually, it's called a hebephile. It means I just want to fuck teenagers, not children. Like, is that really the conversation we're going to be having here with Destiny? Actually, I didn't have 60 gigs of child porn. Only one picture. I actually only had one video of child porn. Actually, I don't know if you know this.
Save it for the video.
I don't feel like making it because it's so fucking dumb.
Okay. What a good guy.
We should.
Well, I can go home.
Should.
I'm happy to go home.
I know Willie Mack is making an update where he's... Did he post? I don't know. He's making an update video
I'll check it
where
out.
he's going to lay it all out.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
Exactly.
It's also just like, I mean, whatever Hassan has said, Destiny said that he was pro-genocide. He's like, I know it sounds shitty to say, but I'm pro-genocide. And it's like, it's not really surprising that Destiny hates Palestinian culture, because Palestinians, you know, they tend to have quite strong family values. They, you know, they pride themselves on raising nice kids, whereas Destiny has managed to raise, through his absentee situation, a child who is literally, like, in danger of becoming a Nazi, or has already become a Nazi, so it's not surprising.
Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoke inappropriately with other teenagers 3 or 4 times, not this one in particular. Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're a creep. You are a sexually deviant fucking creep.
Wait, Ethan, you already knew that he was, like, potentially, like, this came out, this is also quite funny, because, like, Lonabox often, like, what actually happened with Destiny is Destiny and Lonabox is, Lonabox's ex or, like, maybe girlfriend, I don't fucking know, I don't care, Pixie, Destiny just shared her nudes, and, like, Ethan, you took a sponsor of the guy who has a show with him, like, you knew that he did this shit, you knew that he was fucking sharing people's nudes, of course he's a creep, like, sharing sexual videos of people that he'd taken without their consent even.
With a clear, persistent pattern of trying to fuck, flirt with, sext with, fantasize about minors. Just admit and people defending Destiny, just admit that you're cool with that. You can keep watching Destiny, you can keep being a fan, but we don't need to argue the semantics, you know, of it. Just admit that he's a creep and that he wants to fuck teenagers. Not like weird, like almost like they've gone through puberty, teenagers. 16, 17. He just wants to fuck 16, 17-year-olds. It's not pedophilia.
Yeah, and as well, Destiny told, as you say, like, that is one of the most perverse things. Destiny told Israeli soldiers to do, to basically engage in sexual humiliation of Palestinians, but that they had to hide, that they just had to hide it. That they just had to hide it and do it, like, in places where, you know, they weren't able to see it. They just shouldn't do it on camera.
Technically, it's only pedophilia if they haven't hit puberty. I actually want to fuck women, or I actually want to fuck little girls who have hit puberty but are still under the age of consent. That's my preference.
I would have more respect for the defenders if they were just like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay, someone said, Ethan, you shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay, so I'm making this video.
These guy, Willie Mac Honeypot ring cover for the pest crimes. I mean, like, this is all public information. Why, like, what? The pedo thing is bad. The pedo thing is definitely fucking bad. And it's like, it's very fucking bad. But, like, so too is advising people who have committed sexual crimes. Like, so many against Palestinians. Just like, don't do it on camera, guys. Everyone's fucking you with that. Whilst you're literally in genocide central. And also, again, like, what Destiny did is so much categorically worse. Like, sharing videos of people that you've taken without their consent and sharing them without their consent is crazy. Like, that's crazy. Why are you doing that? Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I don't think it's that insane to take videos, but, like, against someone's will? Like, that's so fucked. Like, I'm sorry, and these people have had no problem with them, like, becoming part of their fucking community. With just deeply ingratiating? Is that the word I want? Yeah, like, ingratiating, intended to gain approval or favor, sycophantic, in an ingratiating manner. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. These guys, they stand for nothing, especially Palestine, because they switch up so fast when they expose. I mean, none of them care about this. No, Ethan doesn't give a fuck about Palestine. Look at Ethan's stories today. Ethan's stories are, he was attacked again. I don't know what that's about. Who else likes some old times rock and roll? Snarker walking through Museum of Modern Art and cowering in fear and terror at each painting. Just someone who posted about Israeli soldier Hila Klein having a burning crucifix. I don't think she does. I think it's funny that it's, the funniest part about this is that it's the shittest Etsy art imaginable. I don't think either of these two know anything about religion, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't care, and nor do I think that this is, like, because of her deep hatred of Christians. But, like, look at Ethan's story. Israel bombed a hospital yesterday, man, and this is what you're posting. Like, this is crazy work. Let's see what the creep himself had to say. You were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. Your skin like an angel. You're so fucking how does it go? You were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. I mean, Creep is a great song about Ethan because, like, his skin makes me cry. He is a lot like an angelic figure, and Destiny can't even make eye contact with him. You're so fucking special.
Day video.
Uh-oh.
Which, does anyone care? Like, bro, you did that shit.
Does anyone care? Oh, they're so happy. Oh my god. All the guys in the cuck chairs finally have somebody that they can laugh with Ethan about again because they've been too much of a fucking spineless fucking coward to say anything about their actual cum source Hassan for the past year.
Didn't AB had a crazy tweet about all of this? Like, didn't someone say AB? I wonder how close. I wonder how close fucking AB is to actually leaving the show, because this is a crazy tweet for him. I'm sure he got a big discipline off Ethan. Ethan's probably like, AB, delete that shit now. You're making me and the Raider look bad. She's got a big raid of Ramallah tonight. So many creeps on my screen. I hope that I'm not included in that. Why does he say everything like a creep? For all the people who seem to be oddly confused, I actually meant to save this, not like this, but oh well, I don't care. Calling out pedos while defending the country that most of them flee to. Only if you are of the Jewish faith, so you can free there. I don't know what a cum source is. Like, I don't know what a fucking cum source is. It's just, I assume that this is some word from Destiny's community. For all the people who seem to be oddly confused about why I'm willing to speak up against this dude, but not speak on iDubbbz or Hassan, here is one of many reasons. That is actually just crazy. I mean, why are they so quick to relate things towards cum? I think Destiny has a bit of a cum fetish. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if you look through some of his weird ass fucking messages to children or whoever they were to, there's kind of a lot of crazy stuff in there. But yeah, AB got exposed for hanging around in the H3 sniper Reddit. Just what a schizophrenic existence for AB. Like, AB does... I don't think... Like, I mean, AB should have long ago abandoned Ethan. And I do think, like, at a certain point, like, look, we're in situations where most of us end up working for a company that probably fucking collaborates with Israel in some way. Like, I mean, this platform lets Israel run fucking propaganda videos on it. But, like, at the same time, just listening to your boss talk about the fucking Arabs and all of this kind of shit is crazy work. And I do think AB should be held to account for that. But the truth is like, Ethan is just, like, a straight-up Zionist supremacist. Like, he'll hide behind, like, actually, I want this and I want that. But the truth is Ethan has no problem spreading the most heinous of heinous Zionist propaganda. But, like... AB at least seems to just not be doing Zionist propaganda. He just stays quiet. And I'm not excusing it. I think he should be held to account and just so you should say, like, that this is not acceptable. But, like, I mean, like, he's right to speak up against this dude, but not speak on iDubbbz or Hassan. Here's one of many reasons. So, yeah, we didn't even watch this.
I actually want to fuck women, or I actually want to fuck little girls who have hit puberty but are still under the age of consent. That's my preference.
I would have more respect for the defenders if they were just like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay, someone said, Ethan, you shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's because you support 9-year-olds getting fucked, right? Isn't he Muslim or whatever? So your opinion is obviously not very relevant here. Thank you, dipshit.
It's also so funny that, like, Dan Saltman is, like, BFFs with this guy, and they're, like, just really close, and he sponsors Eat the Button. And I'm sure that Dan Saltman probably might hold a similar-ish belief. But, like, fucking just saying shit like that is so racist. And these are the same people who are like, God, it's so wrong to say that Israel is doing genocide and that everything ever is fucking anti-Semitic.
While Ethan's been going at it on stream, I'm, oh, how cute. I'm so happy that they all have something to bond over now. I will be your shared enemy that you hate. That's fine. I hope that, rabid DGGers don't hack their accounts again, like what was it, that Star Killer, the AB guy, when he was caught posting in the Snark subreddit, and then he was like, I think it wasn't actually me, it was a DGGer hacked my account. What the fuck? None of us even knew who the fuck this guy was. What?
I mean, also, like, did you see Ethan had a horrendously low views? This is going to have another knock-on effect on Ethan, because the people consuming Ethan's content may not all be, like, Destiny's #1 fan, but they are certainly from the orbit of people who like Destiny, who like the people around him. But, like, also just this shit about Muslims and just being willing to say something like that. Like, I'm not making just, like, fucking, like, offensive jokes about Jewish people. Because it's just, what is the fucking point? It's not even fucking funny, just going, oh, Muslims are pedos. Like, what is that? Like, can you not come up with something smarter?
I still don't even know half the crew on this show. I only know this guy's Dan because I have a Dan, and they're both called Dan.
Like, arguing the semantics of, like, actually, it's called a hebephile. It means I just want to fuck teenagers, not children.
Who's even arguing any of this? You called me a...
Didn't Destiny's community, like, long argue this and about, like, it's okay? Like, he's tweeted about, like, okay, there are so many messages from Destiny talking about how,
like, bro, you did that.
Like, sorry, there are so many messages of Destiny, like, talking about that, like, yeah, 15-year-olds are hot, like, what are you meant to do?
Pedophile! And now you're saying that if you fuck a 19-year-old, it's the same thing!
But of course there's a bombshell over and over again. There are so many bombshells about this fucking podcast because it's a fucking PR nightmare. Ethan let a guy who was accused of sexually assaulting staff members, literally sexually assaulting people in his who were employed by him. This Jimmy Lee Ethan knew this and he said, I was protecting you. This show is crazy and I hope it goes down the shitter, and I think it will continue to go down the shitter because it's just increasingly become sycophants jumping up this crazed guy, Ethan Klein, in his rabid campaign of trying to deplatform Hassan Piker. This totally failed rabid campaign.
There's a difference between a pedophile who fucks kids, okay? Something that your country, Israel, is notoriously known for giving cover for. Pro-Palestine, I need an Arabic, a Shaheed or Raheed or whatever it's called, song button on my soundboard, okay?
Shaheed or Nasheed. Isn't it called a Nasheed? I got to admit that one that goes... The one that's like, my friend, we were talking about them. You know the one that used to appear... It always appears on, like, football videos of, like... It'll just cut to a clip of Mikel Arteta and it'll just be like, the fucking ISIS Nasheed. It's crazy work, to be fair, but, you know...
Like, is that really the conversation we're going to be having here with Destiny?
Who's having the comment? Just don't accuse me of shit that you have no idea about. How hard is that? How hard is that? Like, I like how he's always like, why do we even have to talk about it? Why don't even, like, bro, you're the one who's reading down my fucking Kiwi Farms thread on your fucking show. What the fuck?
To be fair, as much as I hate Destiny, Kiwi Farms is a platform that I am and would never fucking endorse. Horrible, horrible platform. 10 out of 20 before the timer runs out. It's okay, it's okay. It doesn't matter at all. Thank you for all your donations, the people who did donate. That's greatly appreciated.
Actually, I didn't have 60 gigs of child porn. Only one picture. I actually only had one video of child porn. Actually, I don't know if you know this.
Save it for the video.
I don't feel like making it.
This is
It's
good
so
material.
fucking dumb.
Okay. What a good guy.
What, like, who's forcing?
They both have terminal Joe Rogan disease. Do you not realize your streams get recorded and uploaded after? Like, we've heard you both before. It's already pinned, by the way. The comment's already pinned, Toadburger.
Who's the person who is forcing this guy to make videos about me? There's got to be like some super controller of all the people behind the scenes, and I just need to get connected to that guy. Like, who's controlling Hassan? Who's controlling Ethan? Who's controlling everybody?
I think we all know. I think we all know. I think we all know. He goes by he goes by the name of Bad Empanada. He's pulling the strings on everything. As he put it, the pedo civil war. Avengers Assemble, pedo civil war.
To hate me. It's a deep state conspiracy. Ah. Also, yeah, history alert. Ethan is the product of a ebibophile relationship, okay? Because his dad was 21 and his mom.
To be fair, Destiny has a point here. Isn't Ethan's dad like a really known creep?
Was 16 when they met. That's confirmed. Just saying.
I'm happy to go home. I know Willie Mack is making an update. Or did he post? I don't know. He's making an update video. He's gonna lay it all out.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him late all the time.
Exactly. Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoke inappropriately with other teenagers.
Check the link. Indeed. Check the link if you can.
3 or 4 times. Not this one in particular.
That person was in there. Oh. Can we just say how incredibly fucking weird and creepy? If he thought, just think about how weird and creepy it is. If he thought that these were fucking child porn texts back and forth, why the fuck is he reading it off on stream? Are you fucking crazy? Like, if you legitimately think that these are inappropriate conversations between an adult and a minor, why are you gooning to the material on your fucking stream? That's so fucking weird. What the fuck?
Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're a creep. You are a sexually deviant fucking creep with a clear, persistent pattern of trying to fuck, flirt with, sex with, fantasize.
Pattern?
All of these people fucking hate Ethan. Ethan will never be able to undo the years of, like, working with Hassan, being a decent person. Bro is cooked because of that. Like, these people are never going to accept Ethan because they know what he is. Which is like someone who's clearly just motivated by hating Hassan.
All my major dramas are with older women, even. How old was Lav? Or was Lav 15? I don't know. Fuck, maybe everybody lies by their birthday. Anne of War was fucking my age, right? Like, minus 2 years. Was she lying about her age? Who are all of these? What the fuck?
It's about minors. Just admit that you're and people defending Destiny, just admit that you're cool with that. You can keep watching Destiny, you can keep being a fan, but we don't need to argue the semantics, you know, of it. Just admit that he's a creep and that he wants to fuck teenagers.
If you want to call me a creep, okay, then fine. I don't give a fuck. Call me a creep. I don't give a fuck. Why would I care? Okay? You can't even make it through 4 words without. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Fuck this guy. If you don't call me a creep, that's fine.
I mean, he does have a point that, so insofar as Ethan only cares about sexual violence in the context. Oh, 100%. Ethan does not care about this at all. Like, he does not care at all. But yeah, I mean, listing off your sexual controversies isn't the defense you think it is, Stephen. I mean, no, it's not.
But there's a huge difference between creep versus predator pedophile. Like, you have to understand. There's a big difference between these two things, all right?
Not like weird, like almost like they've gone through puberty, teenagers. 16, 17. He just wants to fuck 16, 17-year-olds. It's not pedophilia. Technically.
What the fuck? What?
Technically, it's on.
Wait, where are all of these other girls and people coming from? 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. What are we talking about? Does he have like a fan fiction that he's writing in his mind of me?
Only pedophilia if they haven't hit puberty. I actually want to fuck women, or I actually want to fuck little girls who have hit puberty but are still under the age of consent.
Yeah, boy. Welcome to. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
That's my preference.
I would have more respect for the defenders if they were just like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay, someone said, Ethan, you shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's because you support 9-year-olds getting fucked, right? Isn't he Muslim or whatever? So your opinion is obviously not very relevant here. Thank you, dipshit.
You shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay, so I'm making this video.
He's gonna play your greatest hits in his new video. It's just gonna be a reposting of all the, I'm guessing from Ryan Beard's video or whatever. Did you see the video Abba did covering the drama? I did. It was fair.
Ethan only cares about Ethan. Not true. Ethan cares about Ethan cares about posting just stuff on the internet. Ethan cares about just views as well. But I suppose that's just Ethan as well. Ethan, sorry, there was someone who said, oh shit, there was something I wanted to say there. Fuck. 2 creeps on my little screen is too much. Who the creeps though?
I had to pay him like 50,000.
Zio pedo versus racist pedo. Those are my 2 favorite Marvel superheroes: Zionist pedo and racist pedo.
Dollars for that video though. But I don't even know if I like. Because I don't even know if Abba is defending me in that video or if Abba just hates Ethan a ton, so he's just like aggressive towards Ethan. Like, I feel like everybody that makes videos and talks about any subject matter in this entire community of online people, it's really just a matter of like how much do they hate the people that they're talking about.
I mean, there's of course there's a major degree for these people, but like the vast majority of this is just like the vast majority of the people like this are just fans of fucking Ethan Klein who literally just care about this. Also, by the way, I just wanted to address something on appearing on Reddit recently. So it's being alleged that according to this commenter, I don't know how that building is even okay enough for any businesses. The basement of the place looked like it was about to fall apart. No one was even allowed down in parts of it for years. One of the reasons why so many passed on it was from so many structural issues. But as I had loved ones that worked there for years and saw how horribly they were treated in the end, F anything that has to do with Kunzler, unless it's FS Chris Kunzler over 2. I'm sure that dude lost half what he got from the sale all up his nose and from his mansion in Florida already. Piece of shit. So this has nothing to do with me. I swear. I haven't lost all my money from the hot dog business sales up my nose yet. But yeah.
And then everything else becomes like secondary to that.
I just enjoyed that there's like a Kunzler hot dog family in Lancashire. Like if you search Kunzler, that's the result that comes up. But yeah, and then perhaps the most amazing part is that like, oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'm actually doing hot dog businesses. What the fuck, hot dog business? Yeah, my side hustle is being a major hot dog business owner. So we had an unbelievable story from Ethan Klein over this. Stephen, you are a very smart and funny guy. Very true. I've been following your career for a long time. Since you were cleaning carpets in between StarCraft 2 games, I saw you transition to a full-time streaming full-time. As someone who was also working a 9-to-5, I found really inspiring. It was soon after I took that same chance on myself, inspired in part by you, to become a full-time content creator. Later on, I came around to your political streaming content, a genre which you pioneered. I think this is a pretty fucking outrageous statement. Like, probably Destiny was one of the first people doing it on the, on, like, fucking Twitch and YouTube. But, like, this is just what people do. This is just what, like, people, this is just, like, what people do. They comment on the internet about, like, with just about politics and stuff. Destiny didn't really pioneer the thing. I don't know, though. I don't fucking know. And nor do I care about learning about the history of Destiny. You've had a long and accomplished career that anyone would be extreme... Bro, I'm not gonna lie. if my, like, how are you writing this? Like, whatever Destiny feels like, granted, Destiny's made a lot of money. He's a very successful streamer with a lot of people watching him. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't take as part of that, like, you know, my child, like, maybe one day I'll regret saying this and my child will become, like, a Nazi on the internet. But, like, I would probably think that more than, like, the love and adoration of terminally online people, the only thing that actually matters is, like, the love that you have in your life that's real and that you're around. Like, it's nice to have communities online, but, like, the truth is, like, the only thing that fundamentally matters in our lifetime is, like, the relationships that we have with other human beings. And I don't think a community that is based on just a hatred of Hassan Piker is in any way good. The girl, just saying, the girl Destiny was sexting is the same age as the Boston bombing survivor Ethan grossly sexually harassed online. That is true. Ethan has a bit of a history with that kind of stuff. Ethan, try not to glaze a pedo challenge level impossible. It is getting pretty impossible. Proud of. I'm genuinely sad about the great potential that you had and for what was thrown away because Vices took over your life. As a parent, you know the implications and ramifications of chatting with a 15-year-old. Bro, I don't think Destiny gives a fuck about his son. I'm just going to say that. You know how a teenager looks up to adults they admire and how easily they can be manipulated. The time for irreverent jokes is over. You need help. This is a long pattern of sexual deviancy with teenagers. I hope you take the time to understand what inside you is missing and why that would urge a grown man to flirt with a 15-year-old. I am not taking pleasure in any of this. It's all very sad. I do hope you find the help and peace you need because children deserve better. God, again, like many people have noted this, the level of sympathy on display for Destiny versus Hassan Piker is really, really amazing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't get why you'd say this. And also just failing to mention, like, or I love how for Ethan, this is the point where his admiration seems to end. There's no mention of, like, Destiny sort of sharing other people's nudes around. Did he even talk about that previously? I don't fucking know, nor do I care. But, like, remember, you had someone who was, like, close to a victim of that on your show. Like, Lonabox was, like, whatever Lonabox is, and he's not a great guy, but, like, Lonabox was still very close with someone who was, like, deeply affected by that, and you just don't care. Like, again, I guess maybe, you know what, Destiny is very prescient in his analysis of saying, like, that none of these people care about anything, because Ethan never cared about any of that, and seemingly neither does fucking Lonabox, because if he sees a community infested with Destiny fans, surely you would be more of like a, surely you would be more concerned with this. I don't know. I just want to see if there's this Yeet account is. I really love this interaction. Sorry. Is Microsoft really funding this company? Asmongold, I'm actually not sure. I don't think it's direct funding, but maybe from a VC that's a couple levels of removal from Microsoft instead. Most cynical evaluation equals funded by a group that works with someone at MC/Xbox to launder their dumb ideas without damaging the Microsoft brand. Like, bro, Asmongold having access to Elon Musk is amazing. Seeing an interaction, this is like the court jester speaking to the goddamn king. Elon Musk is the goddamn king, and Elon Musk is the goddamn king, and Asmongold is nothing more than a jester. I'm just looking to see if oh, so they're talking about a game about they're talking about a game where you can just be an illegal migrant, and that they're like upset about it, and it's like, bro, like, you know what? I read this thing that was like, if you look at history, most of these are like journeys fleeing away from repressive regimes that are very complex, that are often escapes from these kind of like barbaric and like things. So it's hardly surprising that people would, you know, get like, would find some kind of like interest in this or would view it as heroic. Like it's not that fucking surprising. There's literally a game, Schedule 1. Maybe I'll play Schedule 1 on stream for you. Maybe that's the only thing my PC can handle. Show up incredibly late to the party and do like a radical leftist playthrough of Schedule 1. I don't play Hearts of Iron 4. The only thing I've been playing is Bannerlord. Salacious Crumb. What is Salacious Crumb? Why are you saying that? Is that like a Harry Potter character or something? Oh, no, it's it's that character from Star Wars. I haven't seen Star Wars in so long. He seems like a good guy. Salacious B. Crumb. Petition to get Chris on Have I Got News For You. That is not happening. I knew at this point. Oh, 100%. I meant to order it, but the motherboard I'm having some trouble finding in the UK, and I was going to do it today. Like I was going to get through the process of doing it, but then I ended up recording the video, and I was recording for like 3 hours, so that's kind of why. And then we have Ethan Klein's new button sponsor giving us some brilliant insight into this.
For it, because Steve has made, like, not even that he's made assurances to me, but just that he's. These things are not things that are going to happen again. I know that for a fact. And I know that he is a good person that has better things to offer to the world versus trying to get rid of...
Destiny has better things to offer to the world, such as trips to Israel and also just posting about this kind of stuff. Just posting about how pro-genocide he is. The new DLC cunts, it's coming, I know, but I'm really deep into a playthrough of just constantly... The end game of Bannerlord is so bad. Like, all I do is just go backwards and forwards. I've never played Disco Elysium. Maybe I should play Disco Elysium on stream. Maybe you'd enjoy that. But yeah, maybe I should start doing some, like, variety. I need to talk to Sophie about setting me up, like, a VODs and stuff, like, where they're edited.
Forever, right? Like, these people want Steve to be fucking canceled forever when he's someone that literally is making the world, I think, like a better place.
This is the guy who sponsors Ethan Klein's. This is the guy who sponsors Ethan Klein's fucking button.
Voice of reason amongst far left and far right extremists. Far left and far.
Clearing of the throat was crazy as well.
Right, extremists, and I'm not going to just throw him under the bus. Be like, these people are so excited to try and fucking get rid of him. For what reasoning? For what reasoning? Like, permanently, forever.
This Yeet account is definitely this Yeet account is just... But he's just crazy. Like, this is just a guy who sponsors Ethan's fucking button. And he just loves... He loves Destiny. And says he's making positive contributions to the world of, like, messaging minors and all of this. Wait, where's the CPS video? That's a video I want to see. Yeah,
my good... Oh, my good friend.
Lots of shitting on Ian for being a total dope, idiot, weirdo. Lots of Destiny follow-up, which we're shooting in a VOD. That means a VOD on demand. We'll be shooting after this episode ends to be brought to you post-haste. And thank you to everybody for
I think I'll be good. I think I'll be able to get the motherboard, to be honest.
enjoying the VODs. Everybody's, people are turning around on the VODs. They are saying, we love VODs.
It's actually not true, by the way. I'm pretty sure that these VODs are not performing all that well.
Wonderful things with the VODs. The VODs these are the best VODs. Lots of shitting on Ian.
I hope CPS takes his kids. I'll say
it. It's so funny that he also got like a sympathetic message when Ethan has been like, CPS taking the kids is like 9/11 for me and Healer. When Hassan is like in the presence of some guy called CPS Chris, who's had that name for longer than the existence of the Ethan Klein CPS 9/11 incident, but he has no problem with Destiny saying this.
I do, and I hope they cry about it. And then CPS come for my kid. And then CBS can take Dan's kids. You know what? All of our children at the end of the day will just be fostered by Child Protective Services. Okay? And that'll just be, and then we can all relieve ourselves. He's just going to be a rehash of every other fucking video made. God, it's so crazy how this fucking retard, as he's spamming on Instagram and coughing and dying.
I don't want to give any sympathy to this guy, but like, bro spat facts about Ethan Klein. It's also so funny how like Destiny has been like someone who said all of this stuff about, you know, Hassan and all of this stuff, and I know that he hates Hassan, but like as someone said earlier, it is so fucking obvious how much this guy hates how much this guy hates the fucking Ethan too.
Of whatever diseases he
Wait, did he say the arse that? I didn't even hear that.
has is telling me like, oh, Destiny, I used to like you so much and you need help and blah blah blah. It's like the
I was laughing about him talking about Ethan coughing.
The exact
I knew he said that. I knew he said the arse that. I knew people mention this a lot of times. But like, yeah, I mean, it's not something I'm gonna say, but he's constantly saying it, so
shit that Hassan was doing to him.
Loads of people say it, like, just all these people just say it on these platforms. I'm surprised you can get away with it, because, like, on TikTok, none of that's allowed. Like, TikTok is very, very censorious.
Good memes. It's all good. I like.
But yeah, I mean, maybe we should watch Bad Empanada's video to find out more. I'm sure Bad Empanada has handled the pedo civil war very well.
Offending pedophile. Destiny is an offending child sex criminal. I already made...
I'm doing CPS on both right now. Who isn't doing CPS? According to Ethan.
A video called Destiny is a Pedophile, which was clipped from my stream last week. And there's been clips of him for 10 years, literally 10 years, just out there of him admitting that he's attracted to kids. So this shouldn't be surprising. The guy's outright said that like he's attracted to 14-year-olds and stuff like that on like a dozen occasions. So this is not surprising at all to find that he's not just a pedo, but also an offending pedo who literally received child sexual abuse material from a 17-year-old. I'm not going to share like anything showing that he received this stuff from this 17-year-old or like that she was 17 or whatever, because, you know, that's probably doxing, even if according to YouTube rules, it's not doxing. You know, she was 17 at the time, probably a bad idea to share it on YouTube just to be safe. But some internet losers obsessed with Destiny, like, managed to identify the person who, this is the person who leaked to the public the revenge porn that Destiny had sent to her without the consent of a number of people, including Nick Fuentes. And Destiny shared that with her because like he was like sexually interested in her and they were like sexting, and she was sending him like images of herself, and she was 17 and Destiny knew that. So Destiny not only shared revenge porn with a minor, but he received child sexual abuse material from a minor. And he also likely sent sexual material of himself to a minor. So it's like an endless array of charges. He also tried to solicit this minor for sex and attempted to traffic her across state lines for sex, which has to be a crime as well. So yeah, I'm not going to share the evidence of this, but I'm sure plenty of drama sloth tubers have already done so. And yeah, though this is the least surprising thing ever. And if Destiny somehow manages to get out of this one unscathed after everything that he has done, then that would be the biggest indication that cancel culture isn't a thing in history. Like, he was on CNN. He was on CNN a couple of weeks ago. How Democratic streamers like Destiny are taking on MAGA and Charlie Kirk. He was on CNN.
That is, like, actually unbelievable. And also just kind of indicative of the stuff that you can get away with. I didn't even fucking know that. Because unlike, as much as I may, like, dislike Destiny, I don't care about him. Like, my mind is not occupied by him. And, like, let's be frank here. Let's be frank here. The thing is that with this, Destiny is like accused of way more serious shit than fucking like Hassan is in terms of like the things that Ethan has said against him.
Had him on CNN when it was already known that he was a pedo. And it's been very well known that the person who he sent the revenge porn to and received porn from was very likely a minor. Incredible stuff. Amazing stuff. And Destiny was defended throughout this by all the worst orbiter losers in the world, like Ethan Klein, the Willie Mack Show, Nicholas Diorio, like, you know, a laundry list of slop tubers who the fact that they have any audience at all is a great indictment on the society that we all live in.
Oh shit, my mic was muted. Don't know why the mic was muted. And I'm sure that you're all going to take great pleasure in telling me. Guys, I think I'm going to call it there because I've been in front of a camera since, like, fucking, I don't know, a long time. And I'm going to go and try and make a TikTok video or two after I'm done here. So, like, thank you all for coming. I hope that you have, like, a good rest of the day. Give me a second, I may have increasingly... Organization. What you... And I'm going to go and try and make a TikTok video or two after I'm done here. So, like, thank you all for coming. I hope that you have, like, a good rest of the day. Give me a second.